Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. Tonight, we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. And for Houston, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times. It could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, including what Golden State did last year and winning the ring.
That was an incredible run. But some teams that looked unstoppable last year will start to show some cracks in their armor. But the other teams that didn't look like much on paper last year, beginning this season, are now looking like they will surprise.
And that is it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports Group.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sideline.
Boys, nice time.
A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top and going against Denver, their first game of the NBA's regular season. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Guys, they deserve a lot of credit for not losing focus and letting one slip away. They came to play every time, and I expect that'll be the case tonight.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Going out the wings, it's Foy and Gallinari. Wilson Chandler out there with Kenneth Faried. And it's Moutier in at the point. Now here's Ariza, following the miss by Kenneth Faried. Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back. Then his body betrays him.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Lawson outside. And Harden wide open. He shoots. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Chandler with a screen for Moutier. Over in the corner, Foy. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Down low. Lawson right side. Ariza has the open look. And another 3 for Houston.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Again, Doris Burke spoke with Mike Malone. Doris?
He said that they'd be focusing a lot of their defensive energies on containing Ty Lawson, especially in transition. He added, Lawson is one of the fastest players in the league. So if you let him get out and run, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. We've got to keep him in the half court and limit his penetration. Guys?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Rockets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Harden outside. Moniunas in the post. Chandler on him. Moniunas no luck. On defense, Houston. Foy the pass to Moutier. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Here's Gallinari. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
A good look from Harden. And Houston again with the bucket.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Moutier with the ball. He dishes it to Foy. Unloads. He squares up and sinks it. Foy's got his first points in this one. Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Lawson kicks to Howard. Harden outside. Denver grabs the miss. Gallinari dishes to Mudiay. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Moniunas with the steal. It's Harden with the drive. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Now, here is 4. Following the miss by Emmanuel Mudiay. Shot clock at 2. Foy kept alive. And Fareed throws it down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And GA, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Now, here's Mudiay. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Second shot opportunity. It's deflected. They retain possession. And it's slammed in by Fareed.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Now, here is Gallinari. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Count that one. Rockets have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Lawson the pass to Harden. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 9.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Here's Lawson following the basket by Emmanuel Mudiay. Here's Ariza. He has 5. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And with the Rockets last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. Ariza hits them both. And guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, you know, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
Rockets Power Dancers.
Here's Mudiay. Pass to Chandler. Lots of room. Misses off the right eye.
And, you know, you compare their games. Ariza a bit more limited maybe offensively than Parsons, a few years older, but he's also a better defender and also better at playing without the basketball. Remember, you got 5 guys out there, only 1 ball. Sometimes your chemistry can improve when a guy doesn't need the basketball to be effective.
Now, here's Mudiay. Tight defense on him. Here's Gallinari. They get it back. Nurkic And it's sent back by Howard.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And, you know, for the Rockets, a nice pairing with James Harden and Trevor Ariza. Ariza, a spot-up shooter and defender, while Harden arguably the premier offensive creator in the league. I mean, they really complement each other well.
You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Chandler. Barton comes in for Randy Ford. And Nelson is subbed in for Moutier. Now, here is Nelson.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Ty Lawson. Passes it to Nelson. Screen by Nurkic. Clock at 6. Right wing. No one near him. Good. Barton's got his first basket of the night. For Houston, they've gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Pass to Harden. The pass to Brewer. Jones, no one around him. Good on the triple. Jones has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Nuggets trail by 5. To the left wing. Here's Barton, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Plain one-hand flush. I love it.
Clark, I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, the one hand lets you get up higher.
No doubt about it. At least it looks like that from this angle.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 11. That's good. Harden's got 13.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Nelson against Beverly. Nelson left side. Now here's Hickson. D right on him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Releases. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And quickly, let's take a look at the stats for Nelson. Last season's performance for him. Last season, he averaged 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Good on the shot.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now, here is Nelson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Nurkic a screen on Beverly. Nelson kicks to Gallinari. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
Houston leading by 6. Now the dish to Brewer. Houston moving the ball around. Beverly the pass to Capella. Jones kicks to Beverly. No good with the triple.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it?
Gallinari against Harden. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic. And now just a 4-point Houston lead.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Power dancers, give it up. There we go, fans. Keep it going for your Rockets Power Dancers.
1:30 left in the first quarter. The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
Keep it going for your Rockets Power Dancers.
.115 left to play in the first. Barton, no luck.
And getting back to J.J. Hickson, he's forever had the size and strength to get it done. His problems have always been that lack of discipline and an unrefined set of tools. I mean, unfortunately, last season highlighted those flaws. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Beverly against Nelson. Nurkic setting the pick for Nelson. And Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. .41 seconds left to play in the first. And that one's good. Gallinari's got his second basket of the game.
Talking about Hickson, every time you count him out, he surprises you with a streak of inspired play. Then every time you count him back in, he puts up a dud. Hard guy to figure out right now.
They get it back. Here's Harden. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Harden's got 15 points.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And here's Gallinari. And there's the feed to Nelson. With 1 on the clock. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Rockets lead by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And Dwight Howard, a figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion. You know, on the court, it's my sanctuary. You know, I want to have fun. The reason I play is to win championships. I take this game very seriously.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, you know, what are your thoughts?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Brewer is out there with Lawson, and it's Ariza in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Foy with it. Now Lawson defending. Now Moutier. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Feeds it to Lawson. Lets it go with a 3. A solo fast break. Here's Chandler. It's good. This game is all even. Chandler's got 6 points. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Lawson dishes to Howard. With the fadeaway. And he gets it to go.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Moutier passes to Fareed. Hickson a screen. And Foy kicks to Hickson. And the layup falls. Hickson's got the game tied up here for Denver.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Now here's Motiejunas. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Second chance shot. Kicks it out to Ariza. Launches a 3. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. A shot by Foy. Foy's got the lead up to 2 now for Denver.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
Hickson a screen. Hickson sets the screen for Chandler. The Rockets pull it in.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Brewer dishes to Ariza. Motiejunas passes to Brewer. Here's Ariza. Ariza with another miss.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Now here's Moutier. Lets it go from 11. Hickson kicks to Foy. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 13-footer. No good off the back of the rim.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Now here's Chandler following the miss by Lawson. Kicks to Fareed. Motiejunas with the steal. It's Ariza on the wing. He's got 7. Here's Howard. Kicks it out to Ariza. Fires the 3. And Lawson gets it to go on the assist by Ariza. And that's now 7 points for Ty Lawson. The Nuggets trail by 3. Here's Moutier, and it's sent back by Howard. Ariza, right side, got a piece of it. Stolen by Fareed. And here we go. Fast break. Moutier's got it. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Shot's good. You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh, no, oh, no, oh, yeah, shots.
Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Mudiay, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead. So we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
And how about Mudiay, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, then spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man for a player of his age.
Here's 4, following the score by Trevor Ariza. Now here's Moutier. Lawson defending. Shot clock at 6. Screen by Fareed. Moutier. And that one goes long.
And you know, with Moutier, you can't ignore what he does on the court. He has amazing size at the point guard spot, excellent vision, and is a natural playmaker for his squad.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Moutier. Comes up empty down low.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Ariza no luck. The Nuggets trail by 6. The shot by Chandler, wide open. And another miss by Denver.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Lawson dishes to Howard. The 3-ball kept alive on the wing. Brewer. Houston moving the ball around. Howard, the pass to Brewer. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Hickson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Moutier with the ball. 6 points for him. On the wing, Chandler. But they'll get another chance. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one is on Ariza.
Talk about great numbers for Fareed. 10 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
No good on the free throw.
You know, Kenneth Fareed was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Nurkic checked in for Hickson. Molinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. Will Barton, he's checked in for Randy Foye. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Moutier. Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
Dishes to Beverly. It's Harden with the drive. Outside, Jones. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Jones has got 5 points so far. Here's Nelson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Screen by Fareed. Nelson kicks to Fareed. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Beverly. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Barton dishes to Nelson. Nurkic a screen on Beverly. Nurkic against Jones. Screen by Fareed. Out to Gallinari. No good on the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
A finish, and Harden with the stuff.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Now, here is Nelson. Down low, here's Fareed. And count it, 2 points with a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And, you know, guys, a high-energy post player like Kenneth Fareed excels at doing the dirty work. As a matter of fact, he's nicknamed the Manimal for good reason. Very few players in the league possess this combination of energy and aggressiveness.
Talking about Fareed, a rebounder extraordinaire. His explosiveness, long arms, and huge hands help him compensate for his relative lack of size.
And he has that exceptional shot blocker instincts. I mean, the timing's there. He'll also steal the ball from you. The question now becomes, will he always be that role, effort, energy player, or will he develop eventually the offensive skills needed to see him reach the next level?
Kevin, that's beautiful. With the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it. Beverly,
the pass to Jones. Nelson against Beverly. Capella takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Nelson against Beverly. Now, here is Nelson. He's guarded closely. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And you look at Jameer Nelson, played his first 10 years with Orlando. Then he got traded to the Celtics last season, then again to Denver. That had to be tough for a crafty veteran like him, a tough adjustment.
You know, you look at last year, one of his worst statistically, especially from a field goal percentage standpoint. I really agree with you. I think he was affected by all of the change of scenery and system. Let's look to see him have a bounce back this season.
Both free throws good for Nelson.
And, you know, talking about Jameer Nelson, what a blessing and luxury being with the same team for a full decade. I had a short career, only 5 years, was with the same team. Man, I wish I could have played for multiple teams if it would have been a 10 or 12-year career. That would have been cool.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And when you think of Jameer Nelson, he can still contribute as a team leader. This adjustment happens to everyone as the career starts to wind down, and it's a choice. You can either be a part of the problem or a part of the solution.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Mike Malone gave to his team during that last break. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Fareed. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
And the first one drops. Last season for the Rockets, they finished as the #2 team in the West to the Golden State Warriors. But, you know, they had to battle the whole way through.
Yeah, in part because of injuries. I mean, the Rockets did well to come in second in the West, but it was because they took care of the so-called easy games. 33 wins in the conference, but a record of 12-16 against the other playoff teams out West.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Nurkic setting the pick for Nelson. He kicks it to Barton. Screen by Nurkic. Barton dishes to Gallinari. Good on the 13-footer. Gallinari's got 8 points.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
It's Harden with the drive. Here's Jones. It's tipped. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Shot from the inbound. And the layup good by Beverly. Beverly's got the lead up to 9 now for Houston.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Nelson against Beverly. And here's Nelson. He feeds it to Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. Here's Jones. The lead pushed to double digits.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Well, for Terrence Jones, Clark, a very scary episode to begin last season. He suffered from a rare nerve damage to his left leg.
Yeah, he wondered if he'd be able to play again after missing 3 months. He finally got back out on the court. Good for him, because I enjoy watching him play.
Now, here is Gallinari. 8 points for him. He dishes it to Fareed. Nurkic kicks to Fareed. 44 seconds left in the first half. In the corner, it's Nelson. Hits it from three-point range. Nelson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
Here's Harden. Again, the miss by Harden. The Nuggets trail by 8. Gallinari passes to Nelson. Back to Gallinari. With 4 seconds on the clock, and it's Gallinari again missing. And we've reached halftime in this one. Rockets ahead. They lead by 8. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Ty, looking back at the flow of the game during this first half, what adjustments do you think are necessary?
We got to slow down the second chance points and the fast break. I think we're stopping on the first shot, but then we let them get the rebound and play right back in. So I know Coach will say something about that in the locker room.
You've got to finish those defensive possessions, Ty. Thanks for the time. Gentlemen?
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. His opening period tonight, right on par with his performance last game out, which was outstanding. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Denver?
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that higher percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
The second half beginning in just a moment.
Harden doing it all. He has 17 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
Rockets leading by 8. Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Going out the wings, it's Foy and Gallinari. Kenneth Fareed is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Moutier in at the 1 spot.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Denver passing it around, and Fareed throws it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg just with the doctor ordering us some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
The Nuggets trail by 6. now. Moutier. That's good. Moutier's got 8 points.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Lawson dishes to Harden. Pass to Howard. Fires from deep. Cannot hit. Now Denver takes it the other way. And here we go. Fast break. Moutier's got it. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Free throw good. Foy.
Boy, and for Randy Foy, I thought it was a big bounce-back year for him last season. His points per game were the highest they've been in 5 years, and his field goal percentage was the highest it's been in 5 years as well.
And so he makes both from the line. Talking about Randy Foy last year, one difference is that he started almost every game, 78 the most in his career. That may have given him, Greg, additional confidence. Who knows?
Well, where I was impressed, Kevin, with his improvement was as a facilitator and rebounder. He seemed to lose his mojo for a few years in there, but last season, I really feel like he got it back.
And Chandler, here we go. It's tipped. Houston in the lead. To the right side. Here's Lawson and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And something not a lot of people talk about, Ty Lawson's defense. He has the lateral quickness, Clark, and strong lower body that gives, point guards fits.
Yeah, he's like a fire hydrant in terms of his build and strength. He's a good ball defender, but he gambles sometimes, so that can cut both ways. He'll get steals, but he'll also put you in tough positions defensively.
In talking about Lawson's defense, he was down in steals last season. But a part of that is because he stopped gambling as much. He's learned where to pick his spots.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Getting back to Ty Lawson, he's under 6 feet without shoes, relatively short wingspan as well, yet he's always had to deal with size limitations on defense. But he uses phenomenal anticipation and speed to win more than his share of battles at that end of the floor.
And Fareed throws it down.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Chandler a screen. Foy from long range. Another 3 for Denver.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that. And, Denver was not that good against the West last season, but they weren't as bad as you would have thought. Managed to get 19 wins against the rest of the conference, and we know how tough the West is, so that's not shabby.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Fareed. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Howard. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, and last year for the Nuggets, they were really searching, and they finished 12th in the Western Conference. Greg, they were 30-52.
Not a great place to be.
No.
I mean, Kevin, Denver never really had a shot at the postseason, but weren't good enough to land a high draft pick either. For Dwight Howard, guys, there were 2 or 3 seasons in Orlando and L.A. that seemed like one big soap opera. So now, to me, it seems like he's happy and settled, though, here in Houston.
And so Howard nails both of them. And it seems, Greg, that, as he was just talking moments ago about Howard finding his niche in Houston, it seems he's more comfortable. Certainly a great legacy of terrific big men for the Rockets. Clark, you know that firsthand. They've had some terrific names over the years.
How about Yao Ming, Kevin? Moses Malone, Elvin Hayes, Hakeem Olajuwon. No greater roster of big men than that one there.
Now, here's Ariza. 12 points for him. The shot's good from Lawson.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And here's Moutier following Ty Lawson's three. Moutier, no good.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
A shot by Lawson, wide open. And again, it's the Rockets from deep. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Moutier kicks to Gallinari. Five on the clock. From deep three-point range, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. James Harden is second.
Yeah, he had a terrific year last year, consistent, and ended up being one of the best scorers in the league.
And it's Houston's ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Pass to Howard. Inside. Fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Well, for James Harden, with his incredible regular season last year, Clark, you knew he was in for a great postseason as well.
And it was a bit of a roller coaster for him in the playoff run. I mean, he could vanish one game, but then explode for 40 in the next.
Taking 2 shots.
And with Harden in the playoffs, it was an all-or-nothing situation at times. He definitely stole some games for Houston in their run to the conference finals. But, man, did he have a rough one when they were eliminated by the Warriors.
Brewer is checked in for Houston. Howard hits them both.
And, you know, that tough game for Harden in the conference finals, a dozen turnovers for him, set an NBA record for most turnovers in a playoff game. Not how he wanted to go out, but he showed he can carry a team for stretches during the playoffs.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's got 8. That's good. And here are the Rockets now. Big stretch here going 10-2. Outside Lawson. Corner shot. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Well, let's look back to last year's Nuggets while we've got a moment here, Kevin. 4th in second chance points. 7th in rebounding. And also, they were in the top 10 when it came to fast break points. I mean, they weren't afraid to play the game at a fast pace and run a little bit.
And just go revisit those numbers in terms of second chance points. That was elite. And they weren't shy about sticking their nose in there and going after the ball.
And he makes the first.
Well, how about Ty Lawson in this one? He's got 16 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
Ty Lawson hits them both. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs.
Ty Lawson.
The Nuggets trail by 14. Moutier kicks to Gallinari. Moutier with the ball. Now Lawson defending. Moutier pass to Chandler. Hickson a screen on Motiejunas. There's the dish to Gallinari. Now the pass to Foy. Just 5 to shoot. Motiejunas with the steal. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 21.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Like last season, we saw Motiejunas make some nice strides.
Yeah, a big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Now, here's Moutier. He's got 8. Here's Gallinari. Banked in off the glass. Gallinari's got 4 points in the quarter.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Lawson kicks to Harden, and he gets it to go.
And Motiejunas actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, a little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
So here's Gallinari. James Harden picking up that last basket. That's good. And that's now 8 points for Wilson Chandler.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Now here's Lawson. He's got 20. Howard with it. Harden outside. Clock at 6. To the inside. Motiejunas. The open shot by Brewer. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Brewer's got his third basket of the night right there.
And Motiejunas is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's got 12. Mudiay, no good. Harden against Gallinari. Here is Harden. The feed to Brewer. Over to the wing. Here's Lawson. Kicks it to Howard. And Chandler sends it back. Now here's Mudiay. Guarded by Harden. Feeds to Gallinari. Shot from the wing. Brewer grabs the board.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Harden with the stuff.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
And so here's Denver. The Rockets making the shot. Here's Chandler. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor. Rockets leading by 16. Lawson dishes to Harden. And he gets the bucket. Harden's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now, here is Gallinari. 12 points for him.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Chandler against Lawson. To the paint. Harden the pass to Motiejunas. Not enough on that one as it misses.
High-quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Now here's Harden. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Brewer's shot is off. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Motiejunas with the steal. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Look at the turnover situation, guys, and it's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Norkic checked in for Hickson. Fareed comes in for Wilson Chandler. Barton's checked in for Randy Foye. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Mudiay. Now, here is Nelson. 5 points in the game. The 10-footer. And Jones sends it back. Here's Barton. And he's good on the 3-ball. Barton's got 7.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
On the wing, Harden. Jones for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. 10 points for Terrence Jones. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Houston?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Rockets leading by 16. 1:33 left in the third quarter of the game. Harden kicks to Capella. Beverly wide open. From outside, off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Gallinari in the corner. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
The assist, Jameer Nelson.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the third. Beverly dishes to Harden. Outside, Jones hits the three-point bomb. Jones has got 6 here in this quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Fareed setting the pick for Nelson. To the middle, off the screen. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Beverly. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Now, here is Nelson. 5 points in the game. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. 23 points for Kenneth Fareed. Harden outside, pulls it up. Jump shot is good that time. And the Rockets lead by 17.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Nelson kicks to Gallinari. Inside, Barton lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Barton's got 9.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Rockets lead by 15. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Nuggets trail by 15, filling out the perimeter. Motiejunas and Howard the post pair, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Mudiay with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. 6 to shoot. Over in the corner, Chandler. Here's Fareed, and no good. Trying to use the glass. Rockets leading by 15 in the corner. Harden, there's the 3. That's good. Harden's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Rockets.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often.
Ariza passes to Motiejunas. Here's Harden on the wing, covered by Foy. Here's Howard. And it's Denver with the rebound. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Mudiay dishes to Chandler. He kicks it to Fareed. Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
The first free throw is good. Ty Lawson, he's checked in for the Rockets. All free throws good from Kenneth Fareed.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
Count that one.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
Count the bucket. Fareed's got 10 points in just the second half.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Lawson kicks to Motiejunas. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season, miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
At the line for 2.
That free throw, no good. And he can't hit the second.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Mudiay with the basket.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Lawson outside. Left side Ariza. Motiejunas has the open look. Sinks the triple. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I have talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent. You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Now, here is Lawson on the wing. Harden. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
James Harden.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy. You know, and Harden, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice a defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle.
The Nuggets trail by 17. Mudiay kicks to Fareed. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Lawson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Here's Fareed. James Harden picking up that last basket. And Voigt kicks to Nurkic. He got right to the cup using that screen.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's Lawson. Nurkic with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Mudiay's got it. Stolen by Harden. Ariza, right side. Fades. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got assist number 8 here in this one already. The Nuggets trail by 20. And here's Mudiay to the inside. Here's Nurkic, and he gets it to go. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now here's Lawson. It's tipped. Nurkic with the steal. And Foy with the clear path to the hoop. The shot no good. Harden with the defensive effort. Houston leading by 18. Down low. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 38 points.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Chandler attacking. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Rockets have gotten it done so far from the field here in the 4th, going 6 for 7. Lawson is doubled, dishes it to Howard. Yeah. Great game for him, double-double now. 10 points and 12 rebounds. The Nuggets trail by 20. To the paint, here's Chandler. It's deflected. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Baseline jumper, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Lawson. Harden's got 40 points.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Screen by Nurkic. Fareed, a screen on Lawson. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. Here's Fareed. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Fareed's got 29 in the game.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Moniunas. To the middle, Nurkic with the steal. Now here is Foy. Guarded closely. And the call will be against Ty Lawson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Gallinari, he's checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Chandler a screen. Poked away. And he banks in the layup. Chandler's got 10 points here in the second half.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
A shot by Ariza. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. 17 points for Ariza.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
And, you know, the new court projection visuals, all the rage in the NBA now. Instead of having to use a screen over the court, they just project video and images straight onto the court. I think before long, you'll see it everywhere.
Nurkic can't hit. Rockets leading by 20. And even 3-on-3 break. Lawson the pass to Harden. Back to Lawson. Offensive rebound, Howard. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Moutier kicks to Gallinari. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. The shot misses.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now here's Moutier following the miss by Lawson. Now Gallinari and stolen by Ariza. Harden kicks to Lawson. It's stolen by Foy. Moutier with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Pass to Gallinari. He feeds it to Foy. Chandler with the screen on Lawson. Foy dishes to Chandler. Here's Nurkic. Lays it up and banks it in. Nurkic has got 6 in the quarter.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And Jusuf Nurkic, really a big, good-looking young prospect. He's the guy that took Mozgov's place in Denver.
Yeah, originally Kevin drafted by the Bulls at number 16, then traded to Denver, as you indicated. His sheer size alone, 7 feet, 280. That makes him a force on the glass.
Kenneth Fareed's checked in for Denver. Harden draws the double. He dishes it to Moniunas. Passes to Ariza. Rebounded by Wilson Chandler. Chandler's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And getting back to Nurkic, what makes him an intriguing prospect beyond his size is his exceptional balance. I mean, his excellent footwork makes him really effective in the pick and roll. He also possesses great lateral speed and quick hands for a big man.
Three-pointer, Lawson. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Wow, a fantastic performance from the arc here in the second half.
Fareed, a screen on Lawson. Here's Moutier. Here's Fareed. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Fareed's got 31. Rockets leading by 19 points. Lawson kicks to Ariza. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. 20 points for Ariza.
And, you know, talking about Nurkic, I mean, his father, a police officer in Bosnia. According to the Denver Nuggets broadcasters last year, Dad is 7 feet tall and weighs a good 400 pounds or more. That's a big police officer there, boy.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating.
And there's the call on Howard. That's foul number 2 for him. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Denver also making some changes. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Chandler. Will Barton comes in for Randy Foy. And Nelson is subbed in for Moutier. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're behind by 22. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the fourth. Barton kicks to Nelson, puts it up from 12, bounces high off the rim and drops.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Now here's Beverly, pass to Capella, the dish now to Decker. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Rockets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And you always like to jump on your opponent early in the season series. This is just the first of 3 between these two teams, but a good win to go up 1-0 on the year against the Nuggets.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for James Harden. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Here's Nelson. The Rockets making the shot. Hicks in a screen on Beverly. And again, it's Jameer Nelson.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And Beverly kicks to Brewer. Here's Capella. Fareed defending. Jones trying to get open. Capella with the bucket.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of surge.
Oh, that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now here's Beverly. Bank shot, no good. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, gentlemen, I'm here with James Harden, and congratulations on a nice performance tonight. It certainly seemed like you guys were confident and in control with the flow of your offense.
Yeah, we just tried to move the ball and make the game easy tonight. We did a great job of actually just, guys getting shots, easy shots, and our defense really stepped up.
Easy shots usually mean made shots. James, thanks for the time. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
That was the James Harden we've come to know and love. A player that brings nothing but fear to players that have to guard him. I've said this for a while now. He's the best one-on-one player in the NBA. And even if it's not a one-on-one situation, even if you throw the kitchen sink at him, he still gets the job done. It's the confidence, the drive, and the spirit that makes James Harden a superstar.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.